The Frames Per Second podcast. We are here reviewing new show from Disney Plus, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And we have 2 episodes that are out, which I think is pretty standard for Disney Plus, but it's Marvel Animation. So they are back with something a little bit different this time. And we're going to talk about the first 2 episodes and get everybody's thoughts on that. But I guess let's start with overall thoughts on the first 2 Spike.
It was fine. And I only say that because for me with Marvel, I always feel like I'm left out or I'm missing the punchline. And I feel like there was stuff that was like revealed at the end of the first episode or even in the second episode. I just don't know who these people are because I'm not familiar with Spider-Man universe. So it doesn't impact me as much. And I think the majority of the show is based on that. Mm-hmm. Like doing these comic reveals and things of that nature. And if you know who's who, then you get it. But if you don't, then you just like feel like you're missing something. That's how I felt like I was missing something.
Okay. What about you, Mike?
No, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun with it. I especially liked the way episode 2 ended. But only thing I'm annoyed about is I didn't know this was a multiverse Spider-Man. So I'm already disinterested because I'm kind of just sick of all the multiverse shit. So that was a big letdown for me. But the rest of it was good.
Okay. Right.
I thought it was done well. It looked good. I don't know if it was just because I was tired, but the times I was trying to watch it, I was falling asleep. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's I just wasn't that interested in it, or what. So I wanted to give it another shot while I'm like up and more alert to see how I feel about it. But from a visual standpoint, I really like how it looks. I mean, I like the acting in it too. The voice acting and everything in it too is good. But my main issue is what is the purpose? I guess it was my main thing. Like, we have so many Spider-Mans in this realm of Marvel. I just didn't understand what this was for. I didn't know it was part of the multiverse because I didn't see it when they did the last Miles Morales, I think it was, when they were showing like the multiverse stuff. I don't remember seeing this Spider-Man unless I might have missed him somewhere. Or this Peter Parker unless I missed him somewhere. So I didn't know what the point was. It's kind of my overall thoughts of it.
So the cast is Hudson Thames or Timms. It's kind of a couple of different ways you could pronounce that. Who's the voice of Peter Parker Spider-Man? We got Karen Walgren as May Parker, Grace Song as Nico, Eugene Bird as Lonnie Lincoln, Zeno Robertson as Harry Osborne, and did you guys recognize who Norman Osborn was?
Of course.
The voice actor.
Uh-oh. Y'all didn't?
I felt like it sounded familiar.
I'm that Malcolm X meme.
No, it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't make it.
What about you, Spike?
No.
What?
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah.
I knew it sounded familiar.
He's got the most distinctive voice. I knew the second he showed up.
I 100% here.
You got yeah. Coleman
You didn't
Domingo.
notice that his mouth was always open?
I knew it was familiar. And I
Yeah.
meant to look it up afterwards, but I couldn't put the name with the voice for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy that's voicing Peter Parker actually voiced him in a Marvel Studios animated series. And to address the comments about the multiverse thing, it was supposed to be in the MCU, but they said that they found it too restrictive and just decided to move it to the alternate timeline.
Yeah, because it was originally called like the high school years or something like that, or the beginning years. And I thought I remembered seeing that it was our Peter Parker, but the second I realized it wasn't, I was already irritated. Why? I mean, because I'm with Rod, kind of like, why do we need another multiverse story? I can see why they did Miles Morales if they want to bring people of color into the scene, but we already got a little white ass Peter Parker. What do we need this for? And our Peter Parker already has jungle fever.
Yeah.
So it's like you're now making this other white Peter Parker also like, why?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they just wanted to tell this story and just felt like doing it in the main timeline would just throw people way off. So let's just create an alternate timeline and let's just do it here. Typically, you can explore those ideas in What If. That's sort of what that's for. But those are for like more, short stories or whatever within a 30-minute time frame. But so I don't know. I did think the animation though, like I enjoyed it. I was also somewhat disappointed it was in an alternate timeline and was a bit thrown off when it started and trying to figure out like what are they doing. And I was asking the question into why, Rod. But and then it was the animation which really threw me off too. So it looked very old school comic bookish, which I did appreciate that, but it looked very kind of choppy and shit like that. And I'm like, man, we're in 2024. So, but it was a creative choice. I
like the throwback look of it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll eventually settle into it. There's some other stuff I watched animation I wasn't too much of a fan for, but I'll get over it.
Yeah, I thought it was done well.
Yeah.
I thought I liked it. I liked the throwback look to it. And it wasn't that close to the Miles Morales look. I liked the fact they had to do something kind of different from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think in doing something different, giving it a different look. I'm not opposed to that. Like I said, I'll get over it once, because it is what it is. There were some parts I like when they use like comic book covers for some things and stuff like that, which I thought was dope. But getting into the story though, we are introduced with Peter Parker was on his first day to Midtown High School. And I've seen people say that as soon as Doctor Strange popped up, they were like, all right, man, here we go with a cameo. But it's comics, cameos pop up.
I don't think he's a cameo though. I think he's probably part of the show. Looks like it.
Is he?
It seems that way.
I haven't seen it in the trailer, so I don't know.
He was in the I thought he was in the intro in the opening scene. I thought he was in there, but I did notice they slightly changed the opening scene a little bit too.
You know, at the very beginning.
Yeah, the beginning, like when it comes on.
Yeah, they were showing clips from like all the other Marvel cartoons.
No, not that part.
Oh,
he was in the actual one we see in the show. I feel like he was in the opening sequence intro.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah. I'll look at it again.
Yeah, me either.
So.
But yeah, he pop up and he's fighting this alien that popped up on scene. And so when he popped up, I'm like
a symbiote, right?
Yeah. It almost looked like Venom, right?
It like Venom.
It was an alternate version of Venom.
So I was like, I don't know. I'm allowing myself to get into the show because I'm like, okay, why is because when I saw Midtown Hospital, I'm like, what is this? Uncle Ben is already dead. I was like, what is going on? We're in an alternate timeline. This is the young marriage Aunt May. So I was like, okay.
That's why I thought it might be our Peter Parker again.
Yeah.
When we saw the young Aunt May, I was like, all right, cool. But then when Uncle Ben was already dead, I was like, all right, this doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Jalen should be on this.
Yeah,
I feel like
probably.
He got me,
But anyway, so yeah, Doctor Strange pop up and then they fight the alien. Did you guys like the fight? No.
It was fine.
It was. Yeah,
it wasn't. I won't say no like that. It just wasn't impressive. Like it wasn't impressive. Like, it was just some normal cartoon stuff. Like when the X-Men fights happened, they impressed me.
I did like the when he said I'll never use that trick anymore. When he started breaking through the impenetrable spell, he's like, oh well, I guess I won't use that anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he did the little shit to push him back. I thought that was dope. And also like the comic book cuts they use too to show off the fights as well. Like they show him land in one box, and then I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I think towards the end I was like, all I could think about every time I see Doctor Strange, in the MCU, whatever, I was like, why wasn't he this cool to me in the comics? I just don't understand.
I was never into him either.
I was just like, man, he just, I'm telling you, Spike, he was not this, bro. He was not like this. Yeah, but on here on screen, man, they make him look
They
really,
sell
really
him.
cool.
They
yeah.
sell him.
Yeah, so he's impressive, but this is when obviously the of course the fight was just to get this other spider in to bite Peter because we're in another world. So I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing. And we get introduced to Nico Manuru.
Wait, before you move on, did you notice what happened to the spider?
It went into somebody's bag, so that's gonna be.
Yep, because in the original, in the comic, from what I remember at least, didn't he kill the spider after it bit him? So now I think they're going to make it to where this spider's going to be biting all kinds of other people.
I hope not. Who else could it be? There could it be like a venom creature?
Either a venom, no, not a venom creature, but they'll probably make a spider girl. Maybe one of these love interests. I know one of them is actually from the comics and becomes something or other. I don't remember.
Yeah, people are really hyped to see Nico. I don't know.
Nico is in the comics. Yeah, but they'll instead of who she becomes, maybe they'll make her this version's Spider Girl. I don't know. But they very specifically show the spider crawling into somebody else's bag.
And we didn't see that person.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw the person whose bag it went into.
Yeah.
I thought it was her bag. Nico's. I thought it was Nico's bag.
Was it?
I think so.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, Peter gets bitten. So now he has his powers, and they fast forwarded, a couple of months later, and he's actually been using his powers, which I want to go back. I did like how they kind of set it up in the beginning. Like we was like, oh man, of course I missed the train. And then he opened it. It was and we thought it was gonna be the costume, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did like that. I thought that was dope.
Doctor Strange is in the closing sequence.
Okay.
Of the show when they show all the characters. He's in that part.
Yeah, because he did make a comment about you're not supposed to be here or something like that.
He said we're not supposed to be here. So they went. I'm assuming they went into the wrong universe, but I'm also assuming that this isn't the MCU's Doctor Strange because it looks different. He had that little pervert mustache and whatever. So I think he's a different version's Doctor Strange. I don't know.
See, he's in here. He's right there. Like he's in that cast of people.
Okay.
So I think he's going to be a returning person in the show.
So if y'all are saying this is in a different universe, how does it affect the main timeline?
It doesn't. You gotta just completely ignore the main timeline.
People were saying they were waiting for some big reveal at the end of this that would affect the main timeline.
That's what I thought too, and that's why I was a little bit annoyed. But I saw the same thing, that this was supposed to have a major consequence to the main timeline. But I guess that's probably why Doctor Strange is going to come back. Maybe he's going to accidentally pull this Peter Parker. I don't know. It's just
well, see, and then
all this, man.
Yeah, I think this is where the frustrations can come in at, and trying to decipher what all this stuff means. Because seeing that, now that Rod showed that, Doctor Strange more than like will have a recurring role in it. His comments about we're not supposed to be here means that we made a mistake. The spider came down and bit this one, but in every single timeline, there has to be a Spider-Man or some version of a spider person there to fight the crime. We've seen a pig. We've seen all kind of different ones. It doesn't necessarily always have to be Peter Parker. So did Doctor Strange's appearance here alternate this timeline? I don't know. If now that, because I didn't hear all that or see any of that. If now this is supposed to connect to something else, then it will become frustrating because we're in a whole different part of the world or a timeline. So for me, it'll be like, now I can't, like, when I say just separate it, it's just like, I just want to watch this show as its own thing because that's what it's supposed to be, and just not even worry about the MCU, which is why I thought they decided to pivot to doing it this way instead of what they were originally intended.
I mean, that would be fine and all if they set that expectation from the beginning, but they originally said that this was going to be Tom Holland's Peter Parker. That was the only reason I was interested in this show, because I was always thinking, like, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, we never got to see him fight like the actual Green Goblin, which was his friend's dad. We didn't get to see that. We just got to see Willem Dafoe beat his ass, which was cool. But I was thinking, okay, maybe they're gonna fix that. But I I don't know, man. I don't know why we need another side multiverse story. Marvel's already completely fractured and they're all over the place. Now we have this other, but again, it's only 2 episodes in. By the end of it, it could all make sense.
Yeah, it's 10 episodes total. So the first episode kind of moves along fairly quickly, just kind of introducing us to all the characters. So we see that Peter Parker's already running around fighting crime, so we didn't, which is fine by me. We didn't get to see him learning how to use his powers and stuff. We don't need to see all that. We've seen it before. Him and Nico are best friends, and we also get introduced to Pearl, which is his childhood crush. And any thoughts on Pearl?
Okay, this is probably a bad connection, but did anybody besides me ever watch Sex and the City?
Or
Spike,
Summer.
maybe.
I'm not.
Oh yeah.
Spike.
No, yeah, I did.
Did you watch it up until the most recent season where they went very much like we're trying to be as diverse as possible?
No, I didn't. I've been meaning to watch when they brought it back. I forgot whatever they call it, but yeah, when they had because I heard about what happened to Mr. Big.
Yeah.
So that season,
Yes.
I heard about. Okay, go ahead.
I
haven't watched it though.
I made it 2.5 episodes and I turned it off.
Okay.
I was like, this is so, we're trying so hard to be like diverse that I'm offended and I'm not watching
It's
anymore.
a
of this.
reboot.
Yeah.
The reboot, yeah.
It's
yeah.
real bad.
I've heard of that.
When Pearl showed up, that's the first thing I thought. Because I had never heard of Pearl. I don't remember her from the books. I'm sure she's in them, but I don't remember her. So when she showed up, I was like, all right. Like, Peter Parker is a little white boy. Then you have Pearl, who's clearly some sort of person of color. You have Nico, who's some sort of person of color. Then I believe Pearl either had a friend or a sister that was also a person of color. Then his best friend is now another person of color. Then we got Norman Osborne, who's another person of color. I was like, y'all trying kind of hard
I
right
said that
now.
when they got to the lab. When they got to the lab, I was like, okay, god damn.
Yeah. This felt like
Right.
the opposite of Sopranos. I was like, bro, can y'all calm down just a little bit? We don't need to be
They didn't get the
everywhere.
memo.
They got yeah.
They didn't get Trump's memo.
No, they didn't. They filmed this when DEI was still cool. But it didn't hurt the show. It was more so just like, y'all are going kind of overboard with this.
I definitely seen people say, complain about that.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be mad. White folks gonna be pissed.
You know what they would say is this: now we're just too woke. This woke show or whatever, with all these gender swaps and racial swaps and stuff like that.
So they had Wakanda, and that's the guy from 6 Rings or 5 Rings. What was
Cho?
Cho?
No.
That's not him?
Damn,
Isn't that
right?
supposed to be him?
Damn, racist as fuck.
I don't know. I was
What was the guy? He looked like
Who's
oh,
Cho?
Shit, that's not making it better. Not Cho. Well, his name is Cho on the show.
yeah.
But I thought he was from the same world. I wasn't saying that he is that guy, but I thought he was from that world of
From the 10 Rings, yeah,
from-
like
is it 10
Shan
Rings?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. Shit.
He's not from that world.
I don't know. I
Unless
didn't
they
look
said
into
something
it.
that I missed. I didn't hear anything.
I just assumed because she was from Wakanda, and I felt like they was trying to tie these worlds into these students. Is what I was trying to say.
So why he gotta be from the 10 Rings one? 'Cause he's
That
Asian?
was the one that they really put emphasis on
Uh-huh.
on the Asian community.
Reason.
Same thing with Wakanda.
But they
Wakanda
said
was black.
Wakanda. They flat out said she was from
Because
Wakanda.
she said she was from Wakanda. What did he say? He say where he was from?
I don't remember. That's what I was saying. Maybe I missed it.
I
don't remember.
I think in my mind.
Yeah,
I just tied it.
Cho is a 19-year-old Korean-American genius and one of the smartest people on earth who made their first appearance in the Totally Awesome Hulk in 2015. So it is a character, but I don't think it's a
From that
character
world.
of significance
Is
as
it
I'm
10
scrolling
rings?
through.
I don't know. All I know is you know why you thought that.
Look.
I don't even know what y'all be talking about.
You've seen Shang-Chi, haven't you?
Wow.
Isn't that what it was called? Was it called Shang-Chi?
I thought it
What was it actually called?
and we liked it.
No, it was great, but I can't remember what it was actually called. I think it was called Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings.
And the 10 Rings, something like that, yeah.
Something like
He
that.
was really
he was
good.
Asian.
Yeah.
So Rod see
Right,
another
that's-
Asian
that's
person is
what
like,
he
oh, he
was.
must be from Shang-Chi land.
Because they were including
no other
everybody.
ones.
Because they were including everybody. You making it sound bad, man.
You made it sound bad.
No, because I said Wakanda too.
I knew as soon as that black person.
Yeah,
turned
Shang-Chi
around
and
started talking,
Legend
I was
of the
like,
Ten
they
Rings.
gonna be African.
Yeah, we knew she was from Wakanda because she started speaking.
Yeah, once
She had an accent. I was like, oh, she's from
She sound
Wakanda.
Wakandan.
Yeah.
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 But if she was just like a regular ass black person, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
been like, oh, she's not from Wakanda.
Even if she was African.
No, I'm saying if she was like an
Oh.
American, I shouldn't have said regular.
Oh.
If she was an American black woman that was born here American
Yeah.
and had no accent, I wouldn't have thought she was from Wakanda.
Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah, that shit was good.
But yeah, he has to have a crush, so that's his love interest. He was trying to make up the nerves to ask her out, but he didn't make it in time. Lonnie Lincoln and Nico tried to tell him, say, "Hey man, you better go and make your move before it's too late."
Too late.
And then
Do you remember Lonnie Lincoln? Do you
That's
remember him?
Tombstone, right?
That was when I got really excited because he was one of my favorite Spider-Man villains. So I was like, oh, this is going to be dope.
Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Tombstone?
Tombstone was, you could, for some reason in the books, you could tell he was black. I don't remember if I ever saw his origin, but he had a flat top and he was completely white. But he used to beat the shit out of Spider-Man. I loved him. So when I saw Lonnie Lincoln, I was like, oh, that's actually pretty dope.
So that's the black quarterback.
That's the black quarterback with the braids.
Gotcha. Is it the braids?
What is the braids?
I'm not gonna lie though, like when him and Peter they started to become friends, and he was like, "Oh well, you know, I'm about to dip out and go back home," and when his face got sad,
I knew it too.
man,
Here we go.
that shit was so that shit touched me, Spike. Seeing him go all the way back to you know where he was, it was so sad. What's wrong?
I like the music they played here.
I don't remember what the music was.
It's like a solemn music type of thing they were playing. It was.
Y'all didn't think that was
I just don't really need this anymore. I'm sorry. I know I sound fucked up.
They
I
were
know,
pouring it on thick, man.
that was,
Like,
but that was
Yeah.
depressing though.
No, it's not that. It's just like, why can't we just be like,
normal. Why did black dude
Yeah.
have to go back to the project?
yeah, let Yukio, not Yukio. What was her name? Nico.
Look at little
I mean,
Asian.
it is a good American story.
That was worse
It's
than
not an
Rod.
American story, but
I said what I said was probably worse than what Rod said. I don't know where I got Yukio. Who's Yukio?
I don't know.
Is that from The Boys? Damn, she's Asian
Damn,
too.
it is her name.
I don't know. Yeah, dang.
But yeah, it's just like, all
I
right,
did,
bro.
I did,
like,
I did.
I didn't.
bro, show up and it's like, all right, man, he got to be in the hood, really?
I would have loved him go to just a normal house, and I would have
Yeah.
felt just as represented as a black person.
I thought they did it well though.
I did too. I like the fact that they showed him that he actually was smart and it wasn't like the typical jock needing help from a genius, because they all were geniuses at the school. So like I did like the fact like that he's like, nah, nigga, I know this shit. Like
I like that too.
Yeah,
I love
that
that
was-
part.
yeah.
It was only the part where he started walking to
Yeah.
the hood where I was like, all right,
Mhm.
we didn't need this.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I think it just, you know, spotlights, like, I'm not saying that you guys are not saying this. It's just you guys are like, all right, I got enough of that on my TV, if I'm hearing correctly. But I don't know. It was just interesting to see, like, yeah, there are all these bright kids that are stuck in these situations. And to get out of the situation, they got to travel across the world just to go to a place for them instead of having places for them in there. But I thought it was a good touch. You know, just a slight thing about him being on the subway and the.
I said I missed hood movies, and you said that I missed black trauma. Just 2 weeks ago, you said that. You said you just missed the black trauma because you found the list of all the black stuff on TV. Didn't,
Was that me or was that Mike?
or was that you?
I didn't say that.
One of y'all said that.
That was Mike looking up all the black stuff.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
what
yeah.
conversation was it we talking about?
Because I said I missed hood movies.
you know what, you're right.
Yeah.
That was me.
I'm sorry. My
No, you're
Ken
right.
would be
No,
like, what
Ken's
the
right.
fuck?
It was me. That was me. So, but
You're
I'm
right,
still
my
consistent
bad.
though.
Yeah.
I'm still consistent. I don't
You
need
did
this.
say that. Yeah,
That was me.
You say you look for the black trauma?
He said he misses black movies, and I said he misses black trauma because all the black movies he named was one where we're poor, dealing drugs, and getting shot.
I
And
know
then
I named Brothers, whatever that movie
That wasn't a
was.
black movie. The only black one was Andre.
Not that one. The other
Oh,
one. The
I don't
other
know
one
the other
before
one.
Black Dudes that had Bill Bellamy in it.
I don't know
Bill
what that
Bellamy,
is.
Morris Chestnut.
Oh, was it called Brothers?
That may not have been the name of it, but I think that is.
I think it's
Waiting
called.
to Exhale. I said
That's
that.
Black Trauma.
Waiting to Exhale.
She blew the
Boomerang.
motherfucker's car up.
Boomerang.
Boomerang was straight.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
way, Buddy didn't need to go to the hood.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't need to go. Let one of the white people go to the hood, and we get the same story.
What are they going to?
I don't know. The neighborhood. We don't always need to be broke, is my point. Like, we don't always need to be poor and struggling.
I
Like,
feel that. I don't
damn.
disagree. But I did like how they did it though. I thought it was a good time.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it.
The Brothers.
The Brothers is what it was called.
Duh, brothers.
THE. It's Duh.
Oh, okay. I thought you said duh. Anyway.
It better not been called Duh Brothers. I knew it was called Brothers though. I didn't know the "the" was in front of it.
Yeah. Either way it go. So I think we have another action sequence where we see Spider-Man in action. Harry Osborne is being attacked by some people. They really didn't give a fuck about it was Spider-Man, huh?
Did he say it was Harry Osborne?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said his name.
Because they showed
were,
him earlier.
They were jumping on him and everything, and then he so-called rescued him, and then they rolled up on Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy. I was like, dang, bro. But yeah, it was and then they were live streaming the whole thing.
Mhm.
But yeah.
That was cool, actually. That seems like something kids would do today.
Yeah.
Same thing with the whole Venmo thing. Can I Venmo you the money for saving me? Because you never see that. People try to offer some money for just goddamn saving them. So I thought that was a nice little note they put in there about offering somebody money for saving them.
Yeah. Yeah. So and then after that he goes back to his apartment and Norman Osborn was waiting on him, which was coincidental, I guess. And then that's how it ended.
Is that coincidental? I think it was intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They-
yeah,
they
but
did
he
it
just saved
scene
his
by
son.
scene.
Yeah.
Oh, because coincidental that he saved his son.
Yeah.
Oh,
He saved his son, and then here go Norman Osborn, waiting on you. So
I thought that was actually pretty cool that they did the scene by scene like the actual Spider-Man movie.
They did.
Did y'all?
I didn't peep that.
what do you mean?
So I peeped it when he walked in and he comes up from behind
Mm-hmm.
and Aunt May's here and then Norman Osborn turns around and stands up. It's scene for scene
Which one?
with the first Spider-Man film when he walks in the room and it's Tony Stark.
With
sitting there.
I'm sorry. Which was
Yeah. Okay.
Remember when the very first time we see, actually I guess it wasn't a Spider-Man film. I guess it was one of the Avengers movies. It was Civil War.
Okay.
Not Civil. Is it Civil War? Yeah, that's the first appearance of Spider-Man. When Tom Holland's Peter Parker walks down the hall, he's carrying a VHS or
Okay.
VCR or whatever. He goes in the room and then he comes up behind the couch and there's Aunt May and there's Tony Stark.
Oh yeah.
this one did it did it because I went back and looked.
I haven't
It's
seen-
scene by scene.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool, but instead of it being Tony Stark, it's Norman Osborn.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen that movie in quite some time. Man.
I hadn't either, but I peeped the couch part. But then I
Mm.
went back and looked, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they did that."
I will say it looked familiar though.
Mhm.
It did look familiar.
Which would be interesting to see what this does for Parker, because they showed that there is this inherent goodness in him when he intervened to save Nico's life, even though he didn't have any type of abilities or powers. So Norman Osborn, we know, is an evil person. And he is Peter's mentor versus Tony Stark being the mentor. So will we get a different version of Peter by the end of the episode, or what difference in Peter will it make as we go along versus Tony? So.
But didn't that kind of happen in the? I'm trying to remember now. Didn't he go work for Oscorp for a hot minute in the comics?
I think he did work there for them before.
So I don't know if this would make a different Peter, but that would be a cool angle. That if he becomes but this sounds like more of a what if story though.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be a cool angle if him being, if what's his name? If Norman is his mentor, if that ends up making Peter either more violent or more evil in some way, that would actually be an interesting angle.
He was that in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, right? He looked up to Osborn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah.
Did anybody look into the whole, like, how, since we were talking about Tony Stark, but Iron Man being on the windshield thing? Did anybody look into that at all?
No, I think it's just saying that Iron Man exists in this world is all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did like if he showed up, right?
I don't think I would care.
Who?
Okay. Iron Man. If Iron Man popped up at some point,
I just assume that they are at some point. Honestly,
I'm kind of over him. I mean, I think the only one we know for a fact that's going to show up is Daredevil because he's in one of the trailers.
oh yeah. See, I haven't seen the trailers for it.
Oh, whoops.
No, it's fine.
But I do like that they made the Osborns black finally.
Finally, he's supposed to be.
Even in the comics, he had waves, but he didn't seem like he was black. I never understood it.
Mm.
I've never seen a white person's hair like that.
Mm.
So when they finally made him black, I was like, oh, okay, now you're making his hair make sense.
Well, anyway, so he gets an offer an internship, so he accepts, and he goes to meet Jean Falcout, Asha, and Amadeus Cho. And there's a scientist who oversees the intern by the name of Bentley Whitman. I did like the conversation about Nico when she was asking Norman why would he go work with him, and he was like, and she was like, he's a capitalist. He had to have. No, she said he's a billionaire. He didn't get that money by doing anything good, which is interesting because when you just suppose that to Tony Stark, the same applies to him too, except he becomes a hero. But yeah, he sells weapons to people, and I think that became one of the conflicts up for him in the movies. And just one of the things about Tony overall is like you're sitting there making all these weapons that are out here being used in war and killing people, yet you're still a hero. But he didn't give a damn. Should he have Spike? Should he have cared if he wanted to go intern here?
No, they're being realistic because they don't give a damn in real life. So yeah, I don't think he should have cared for opportunity. You talking about the little boy, right?
Yeah, Peter. Should he have cared how Norman make his money or take advantage of this opportunity that's presented to him?
He should take advantage of the opportunity because he wants to use his smarts to do good stuff in the world. So he has to start somewhere. He needs some type of base. That's how I would look at it.
All right. Anybody else? All right,
That makes sense. It would have been kind of silly if he was like, I'm taking a stand. I'm not going to go work for him. Yeah. It'd been like, all right, maybe this is a bit too much.
Do y'all like the fact that Peter is one of the good guys? Meaning that like the jocks and stuff are all accepting him and he's kind of cool.
Oh, you mean like a
way.
popular kid as opposed to
Yeah.
being always picked on and stuff?
Yeah.
But he goes
like,
to a school of his peers, though. I think like peers as far as like brightness.
but athletes tend to have a tendency to still be assholes.
No, regardless.
Yeah. Well,
definitely.
typically, yeah, that's how we've seen him portrayed. But he, you know, when I'm talking about like when he walked into the locker room, I guess, and they're celebrating this whole, they're about to have this big game, and they're all doing this really goofy ass little thing, and Peter comes in there and he's trying to figure out what's going on. They kind of make a little joke with him or whatever.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
I guess I just never looked at it as a typical high school. Like this is high school of prestige students and stuff. So it's like,
gifted.
They all know. They're all quote unquote nerds. You know, so
but they'll still pick on you. They'll still pick on you because like the jocks in my school, a lot of them got good grades, but they would still pick on the weird kids.
Gotcha.
But I guess we've seen Peter get picked on a lot. I guess maybe they're just tired of that. Maybe they're afraid of continuing that because, you know, all the shit that's been going on lately with schools and shit. Maybe they don't want to even, I don't know.
It's just always interesting because that's also been part of Peter's story.
Yeah.
Of being like the outcast.
Yep.
And now he's no longer that. He's somewhat accepted, you know, in this world. And that's the other thing. Like, what is the thing that's going to drive him to fight crime outside of just being a good guy? Uncle Ben was the catalyst for him in the original story. We don't have that in this one. We just saw him play a hero.
Well, we also don't know if Norman Osborn is going to be evil.
We don't know that either. Yeah, this is true.
So there's no telling what they could do with this world. It's just like, I guess maybe they figure we've already seen that story too with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So maybe they're going to do something completely different.
It looked like Nico was sort of out of place at the party that Lonnie and Pearl threw after the football game.
I thought they were going to make him and Nico kind of get together, but then Nico's clearly gay, or at least some sort of queer.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, she was saying something about Pearl, and then when Peter was gonna leave her with Pearl, at first she was like no, and then she thought about it and she was like, oh no, it's cool, I'll stick around. They said a couple of things that made it very clear that she was queer, but am I the only one that picked that up?
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh,
I was looking for it,
Okay,
but I
maybe I'm
didn't
wrong then.
necessarily pick it up. But because I was wondering if she was, but yeah, I didn't hear anything.
she said something that made me think, something specifically about Pearl that made me think, oh, she's queer.
I'm also picked up her liking Peter. It seemed like they had a kind of like an awkward interaction.
I thought that too until that Pearl scene. Maybe I might be reading into things, but I'm looking now. Yeah, she's openly queer.
Okay.
But I don't remember what it was in the show. Jalen, if you could hear us, what do you remember what she said that made it seem like she was queer? Well, it was something. I'll go back and look. I can't remember. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, but then she said something, right?
Yeah.
There it is. That's what it was. Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
So Pearl was excited to sit. Nico was excited to sit by Pearl.
Yeah, and it kind of dwelled on it for a hot second.
Yeah.
So it was like, we want you to notice that this is happening.
Yeah, for people that didn't get a chance to hear Jalen, that's what he said. So,
yeah. Get this man,
oh my God, that animation for the football game was horrible.
It was terrible. And the quarterback had number 67. It bothered me so much.
What does that mean?
Quarterbacks, you can't wear that number at quarterback.
It's 67. You can't wear that number.
Quarterback's number can only be 1 through 19.
Well, this is the multiverse.
I don't know why it bothered me, but it bothered me so much.
Did you like the football game animation, Rod?
I'm trying to remember how that went.
Not good. It was all like it was almost like they had
Oh,
little puppet characters.
Yeah, it was kind of choppy. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, it was
I don't
bad.
remember.
It was kind of choppy.
Yeah, it was bad. Maybe with this animation style, I'm not an expert. I have no idea. There are limitations in how fluid they can make playing those sports activities.
They're probably doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
I think
Or it was intentional.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
I don't remember.
It seemed like they're doing a fine line between it actually being like comic strip, than like
I can see
fluid
that,
animation. It seemed like
Yeah.
they're doing,
Oh man, that bothered me. I'm like, it looked like something like one of those 80s like video games.
Yep,
That's funny.
Tecmo Bowl or some shit.
Yeah.
But they only run in certain lines.
Yeah.
I had to go back and look now.
I do too. Because
That's funny.
I don't know.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so
That's
bad.
funny.
I didn't like it. Other people may have enjoyed it, but not your boy.
Man, I'm really bleeding, dog. Bleeding through the Band-Aid.
I feel bad for laughing. I'm sorry. I didn't know you fell that
Nah,
hard.
it's
You
fine.
fucked
It
your
was
shoe
funny.
up and your hand.
It was funny.
So,
Jesus.
throughout his whole thing at the insurance, people kind of making fun of him like, oh, I'm supposed to go see. Norman told me to come holler at him. People laughing, thinking it's not true, blah, 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 blah. So that was a little running thing.
That was kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. During a break at work, he went to fight crime. There was this artist, the arsonist, Boutain.
I don't remember him.
I don't either, but this was in something we watched where somebody was burning down a building.
Some other Marvel thing?
No, I don't know if it was Marvel. Batman. He said it was Batman.
Where someone was burning.
Oh, never mind.
We
Y'all didn't watch it. It was a Batman animated series on Prime, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
never mind. Batman the Cape Crusader. Never mind. Y'all didn't watch it. Okay. Okay, that's what I was thinking about. Never mind. Disregard. But what I thought was interesting though was he was like, "Yeah, we got paid to burn this down, so such and such can go."
Now, what's going on now?
Yep.
The fires in California.
In California.
Is what I thought about.
Not saying that they put them on, set them on fire.
But it made me think about
But
that.
I was like, oh, because all these rich people, they're gonna come in and they're gonna buy all this property. And this is not, it might slow, but the mayor, Gavin Newsom, signed EO or some type of order to prevent people from taking advantage of people in their distress moments. Yeah,
I didn't even think about Cal.
You didn't even cross your mind at all?
Nah, because I wouldn't expect them to be making that kind of statement in a TV show like this.
They're not.
Oh, okay.
I just thought about it.
Yeah. It made me think about it when he made that statement about like he was paid to burn it down.
Oh, I thought y'all were saying that the show was okay.
No.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I was just saying it made me think of it.
Yeah,
that's all. Because when they were saying they saw people actually starting those fires.
Yeah, as part of, so it was all part of his insurance scam. But
Yeah.
I just know that all that shit burned down. All that shit is devalued, and somebody is gonna come in and scoop all that shit up for the low. So anyway, so he beat him, and then he gets back to Oscorp. He's actually in trouble, and then that's when he's actually summoned by the real guy. And it was funny because everybody was laughing at him. And we was like, no, the guy walked in, the security guy, and was like, "Yeah, Norman want to see you."
Not you.
Yep. And what did you guys think about this cliffhanger for this episode?
Man, I was so hyped. I was like, oh, this is great. Because then it makes you think that he knew the whole time.
What was? See, I missed it. I didn't understand what the cliffhanger was.
Oh, he had video of him being. Don't do that. Jesus Christ. The video is recording. God.
I missed it the first time too, to be fair, Spike.
See,
But he don't be paying attention. He's probably like, you're probably trying to edit and stuff while you're watching it.
No. I don't do that because I started doing it in the office. But
okay.
I missed it the first time too because I closed my eyes for a second.
Yeah.
So I had to run it back. I was like, okay, that's how he
I probably
knew
scrolled
because
my phone or something like that.
If you look away, you'll miss it.
Okay,
Yeah, it was real quick.
Yeah, it was really quick.
But it was the last frame of the entire episode. So why wouldn't you
I was just happy the credits came on. I was like, okay, good.
Dang, Spike.
God, Spike.
Yeah, I missed it too the first time.
Yeah, he had
I'm like,
video
how
of
did
him
he know
becoming
that?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was in a hallway or something. He was changing.
Because I thought that too when he did it on the show. I was like, "You're out in the fucking open. What are you thinking?"
Yeah.
But yeah, there was
I do
video.
remember that now.
So I did like that element as well. Like, yeah, of course somebody would see him at some
Right.
point.
But no, so did nobody else think that maybe he knew the whole time and that's why he specifically invited him there?
I didn't think about it to that extent.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just because you just saw him on that tape. I was like, maybe he just found out.
Oh, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I don't know, because Spider-Man saved his son.
He did.
But he would have had to see.
So that's
him.
why I think possibly he could have known. He popped up right after that happened.
Yeah.
But he also was like one of the brightest in the school or something like that, which is why he found him that way too. So they said that's how he actually.
That could be his
got him.
excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be his excuse.
That sounds
I'm just-
like a villain excuse.
Yeah, I'm just going with what they gave me. That's all. That's all.
Well, I think it was a really good way to end the episode. It was like, oh shit, where is this going now?
Yeah,
I do too. Because I don't.
but Osborne knew he was Spider-Man. Peter Parker too, though, right?
Say what?
Osborne knew he was. I mean, in the movie, the Tobey Maguire, he knew that Peter was
the son or the father.
The father.
He
knew-
did find out that
yeah,
he was
found out.
Peter.
Yeah,
And I don't remember if. Oh no, Harry knew too. That's right.
Yeah,
they
eventually
both
found
end
out,
up finding out. Yeah.
they both knew.
They
So
found out.
I didn't think that was that far fetched, honestly, because like, oh yeah, that this follows the Tobey Maguire movie.
But they discovered it. I was wondering if, I don't know. I think in the movie, if I remember correctly, they showed how Willem Dafoe figured out that he was Spider-Man. I can't remember why.
It was just certain things he was doing and saying. He was just, and you see,
Yeah, he
Willem
would make a
Dafoe's
face. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's
Yeah.
interesting. Again, it definitely kind of killed the annoyance of this not being Tom Holland Spider-Man. But I'm interested where this goes and how many cameos we're gonna get. So, and I like that they're doing this particular story because I really like the Green Goblin story, even though it's been told many times, but I like it. So,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, what the hell?
That was my stuff.
You want a granola bar?
Yeah.
I think it's downstairs, but I can get it for you. In a minute.
Yeah, we're almost done. Yeah, no, I like the cliffhanger as well. It really was like, okay, now this is interesting because what's gonna happen next? I just wonder why if your first episode's cliffhanger ain't it. Like,
I was just about to ask the same thing.
But a lot of shows have been doing that.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you. I feel like the second one was needed.
yeah, absolutely.
How did the first one end again? Do you
just
remember?
with Norman Osborn?
With him in the
I mean,
That wouldn't have been enough for me. As a fan, I'm gonna watch it, but
right.
it's just like, all right, cool, Norman's here.
I wouldn't have been excited, but I'd been like, oh, that's cool. But that'd have been kind of it.
Yeah, I think doing back to back helps. And this was even better because it's just like, shit, bro, your secret identity is out. Of course, he was stupid anyway. Like you guys were just talking about. It's just like, what the hell are you doing? You're in this big ass damn high security place. Like,
But he's also a kid, so I guess
he's
you can
supposed to be a
factor that
smart kid though.
yeah, I guess cause he's book smart, but he's probably not streetwise. I guess I can buy it. I did think it was kind of goofy, but I guess I can buy it.
Well, maybe he learned, and maybe now he'll think more cautiously about where he changed clothes at. Did you guys like the web thing that he did?
We didn't talk about that.
That was dope.
We didn't talk about that.
That
part.
was super dope. You talking about when the camera followed the web?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was dope.
I'm not even talking about that part. I'm talking about his makeshift web shooters and stuff. We didn't talk about that. How did y'all feel about that? Because he had the gas. He had the gas.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of who had the little pump thing. Oh, Craven. Rhino had the little thing.
Oh,
then Garfield had the makeshift ones too, right? Didn't Garfield have his ones?
I can't remember.
I think Garfield. Am I right on that, Jalen? Yeah, Garfield had the makeshift ones too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was dope. I mean, he's very amateur, so he's just making all this stuff up from scratch. And then he pulled the tail off, the bumper with the tag off. That was dope. I will say though, the way he's swinging in the show,
I like it.
that shit is really good.
Yeah.
So I think the animation for that is dope.
Yeah.
I like how they're showing that he's still learning how to swing.
Yeah.
Like when he's swinging by the train and he falls and then he
catches himself.
recovers. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think they nailed that. So
no, it's dope. It looks dope. I like how it looks.
The way it looks too.
I like how it looks. I don't know if I like it more than the Miles Morales, but I do like the way it looks though.
I was more comparing it to the X-Men
Mm.
97 because it's also that old school animation. I don't know which one I like better necessarily. Probably X-Men, but I think it's cool what they're doing, this throwback animation style.
Yeah.
they said because they don't have a house style, but they wanted to avoid copying one of the many different animation styles used for the animated Spider-Verse films, which you mentioned earlier, and paying homage to the early Amazing Spider-Man comic books. Kind of what you said earlier is Trammell described the series as a moving comic book.
Yep, that's it. That's what it
Yeah,
felt
that's what
like.
it looks like. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
So-
cool.
it's dope.
Man.
It's really dope how they're doing it. I really appreciate it.
And on here they said they have 2 scripts already ready.
I thought
for a
it
second
was already
season.
renewed for a third. I saw.
Wow.
I didn't see that.
But the content's already there, right? Is this actual? It's not. This is new.
I don't. Well, they're changing quite a few things because
Oh, okay.
obviously that's not how the spider came to bite him. That's the part that I'm mostly interested in is them explaining, like, why is Doctor Strange fighting this alternate version of Venom, and what is this spider doing that's right behind them? Like, where did he come from? What was going on there?
That was a little random. It did seem random.
It seemed super random, but I'm hoping it's not random. I'm hoping that there's some kind of backstory to that. But yeah, he does become friends with Harry Osborne. But I think this is still during, because this is still during the Gwen Stacy time. This isn't even Mary Jane yet.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with Pearl and Nico. So I don't know, man. I'm here for it.
Coleman was definitely the most shocking thing. I'd never expected Coleman Domingo to take it on, but he was excited to do it. So
Yeah.
that shit caught me off guard.
I read that he thought he was interviewing for I don't know if this is true or not, obviously, but that he was interviewing for a live action role. And he was like, "Nah, get your black ass on this."
Yeah, because they was trying to make him like Kang or something like that
Yep.
at one point. Yeah.
Yep, that was the rumor.
Yeah.
That he let it slip or something in an interview that he was interviewing with Marvel
Ooh.
for a live action role. So they're like, "Oh, Kang," which would have been dope to me. I'd have been fine with him replacing Jonathan Majors.
They bringing Jonathan back.
Yeah. Oh, to the Marvel universe?
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all saw he got a movie.
Man, I'm gonna say that Josh.
I saw that too.
Greenlit.
Yep.
Well, it's
I
a
saw
trailer
that.
out.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
is it?
That's
I
what
didn't
I'm
know there's a
saying.
trailer
It was-
already.
Trailer
it
was
was-
crazy.
That's been out.
Really.
I mean, well, not the trailer, but the fact he was doing that movie it got kind of not canned, but you know what I'm saying, put on the back burner once all that stuff happened. But I had heard about he was supposed to be coming out in a movie. He's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Hey, if this fly, bro, if people back.
He might be back.
They're not gonna bring him back to Marvel, y'all.
Well, not Marvel, but
Marvel
he
can't
might be.
afford to bring that fucking dude back.
Oh man, the backlash to that.
Bruh.
Oh my God.
White folks would be so
You think so?
mad. He beat up a white woman, according to them.
She beat him up.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
He did something to make
could
that
have
white woman mad, right?
Yes. In their eyes, he shouldn't have been there.
Right.
She could have shot that
Right.
man in the leg and he slapped her.
You're like,
The
why
white
did
people-
he run from her?
Why was yes. He did something to that poor little innocent,
Right.
frail, harmless white woman.
Oh, jeez.
They're not bringing Jonathan Majors back, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, they gotta say
He wants to go back though.
I'm
He
sure
does?
he does. It's the best thing that ever happened to him.
It was a good look for him.
Well,
But did it bother anybody that they jumped to a month and he already had kind of knew everything? Did that bother y'all at all?
I liked it. I thought it was
Like it?
cool.
Okay.
But now
Yeah.
that is one point where I was like you and Spike, where I looked away, and when I looked back, he was already swinging around. I was
Right.
like, wait, what did I,
Right.
what did I miss?
Yeah.
I think they could have made it a bit more clear that that's
Mhm.
what happened, but
yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, I think they were trying to use the book bag scene again to make that connection for people. So yeah.
I thought it was cool seeing a JanSport bag because it was such a popular bag back then. Like everybody had that damn JanSport bag.
Damn, there was another thing that happened. I cannot remember. There was another Easter eggy kind of thing, but I'm not remembering what it was.
Easter egg. And the first one or the second one?
And I don't remember if it was in the first or the second one, but there was another reference to another Spider-Man character, but I don't remember what it was. It was one of those like, oh shit, cool, but I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah.
I should have took notes, but it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm here for it.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. At least for me, I believe.
How many episodes is it supposed to be?
8
8.
left. Yep.
And it is going to be one every week now, right? Wednesday.
Mhm.
Every Wednesday.
Yeah, I think they said they only did the 2. They're lying, but they said they only did the 2 because they didn't want it to compete with something else is coming out.
Super Bowl?
No, there was some other Marvel show. Is it the Daredevil show coming out soon?
I think so.
They didn't want it to compete with some other Marvel show that's about to come out. So I think they're trying to wrap this before the other Marvel show.
Yeah.
But
What's the next thing that's actually on the timeline?
Captain America.
That come out.
oh yeah, Nigga Bird.
next week.
That's next week,
Yeah, 14th. It's on Valentine's Day, right?
That shit gonna be crazy, Mike.
bruh.
I think it's.
That shit
I'm
gonna be
starting to.
crazy.
I
The
said,
previews
I
look
said it on
good.
the week.
The previews look good.
He gonna
Yeah.
get busy, Mike.
I think so. I think so, Mike. I think he is. I really think he is. I hate the idea of him.
I'm kind of excited about this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying when we did our best, when we was saying our anticipations. I was like, I don't know what it is, but I think
Anytime y'all team up, it's a problem. Because he like Craven, if you remember correctly. Spike was hyped for Craven to come out.
I was never
So-
hyped about Craven. though.
Huh?
was
I know,
never
but I'm
hyped about
saying
Craven.
Spike's like, yeah, man, I'm hyped. You should
Man,
take that as a
come
bad
on.
sign. You should take it as a bad sign.
I thought I said I was hyped first though. Ken
Wait, you
always-
said you were hyped for Craven too?
no.
No,
It's
you.
about that-
Oh, for
Yeah,
Nigga
no.
Bird.
Rod said he was. Yeah, he did in
Yeah.
the tissue.
Nigga Bird looks like a Spike movie though.
Yeah, they do.
because it just looks like it's gonna be just kind of silly and fun. But
It don't
I'm
look
not.
silly though. Look, it looks kind
Oh
of.
my god, it looks so stupid.
I don't have
dude.
any expectations, but I think this thing probably like
No,
I'm
be a
telling you.
smash.
Why, I don't know why y'all think this.
It looks
It
kind of
doesn't.
cool.
It looks terrible.
It just-
It don't like. Have you
He's
seen some of the
so
other
corny.
things? I've seen like little clips and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
I've seen him too, and I'm like, why? Okay, why do you even need a shield if you have the wings at this point? It's like, this is stupid.
It looks kind of cool,
And he doesn't have any powers. He's 3/5 of a man.
but that's what makes it stupid. See, if you add all that other stuff to it, that's what fucks it up, and that's what fucked it up for me for the show. But I don't know, man. I don't know the little stuff I've been seeing. I'm like, man, hold on, this might be fucking good.
Do I have to watch the show?
I feel like I want to go back and watch the show.
No, you don't.
No, watch the show. Yeah, watch the show.
Yeah, watch the show.
Oh, well, he might like it, actually.
Oh, you
Yeah, watch the
stupid.
show.
No,
I
for
need to
real.
go back
It
and
looks like
rewatch
something
it.
that Spike might enjoy. You
Watch
might like
the show
the show.
because somebody's in it that's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch
Absolutely.
it. I'm gonna rewatch it.
And he's important,
Got
which
it.
is where I thought they were going to go with the show, but then they ended it. So that does give me a little bit of hope that they might try to fix that with the movie.
Nah,
I'm hoping.
they made him a bad guy.
They did.
In the trailer, he's a bad guy.
I don't.
It was
No,
black
not
on
him,
black
not
crime.
him, not him, not
Oh,
him,
oh,
not him,
oh,
not him.
I don't know what you're
He
talking
was
about. then.
older.
You're not talking about Isaiah?
Was his name Isaiah?
Yeah, the black guy.
They don't make him evil in the trailer.
In the trailer, he's a bad guy.
I thought
He just probably misunderstood.
yeah, exactly, Mark. I thought they made
They
do
do make
yeah
Ford, but
not Harrison Ford, the other oh man,
Who are you thinking of?
oh shit.
In
What's
the
his
very
name?
first trailer, Isaiah
he's
is the bad
Hispanic,
guy.
but he looks black. Spike Lee movies. What's
Oh,
his
you're
name?
talking about Juan Carlo.
Juan Carlo. I think they made him
Is it Juan Carlo or Giancarlo?
one. I think it's
Juan
one.
Carlo.
They would say the J is used as one. I think it's one.
I
think
don't
it's
know
one.
if it's
Yeah, I think it's Juan Carlo or Esposito.
Because whatever we were calling him, they said we were wrong. But I can't remember if I was calling him Giancarlo or Juan.
I feel like John
either
is
way.
wrong. I feel like John is wrong.
Yeah, they
Whatever
they
it is.
add letters to their words that they don't use.
Yeah, but one, him, y'all know him. They make him seem bad, but I don't think they made Isaiah look bad.
Yeah. You have to go
I
back
didn't
and
see
watch the
enough
first-
of it. I just saw
He's
him
in the
look
very
glimpse.
first part of the trailer, and that's like how we know there's some shit going down because he does something bad and gets locked up in the trailer.
I thought that happened in the show.
Either way, I have to go watch it. I just don't want to.
I think it's gonna hit.
It's not gonna hit, bro.
I think it's gonna.
Unless they give that man the serum. If they give him the serum, okay, let's go. But if he's just a regular ass black man running around with some wings and not the KFC kind, I'm not trying to watch
Can't
this.
get that man.
So he
the
wasn't.
serum.
They have to.
Nah, man.
He's
So
a
you didn't like him
regular
as Falcon?
person.
They're gonna turn him into
Huh?
a
You didn't like him as Falcon?
No, he was running around with some fucking mom jeans and some suspenders flying around. Like, no, this is stupid.
But we like Batman.
Batman ain't in mom jeans. Batman has a costume. Falcon always looked corny. This movie is not gonna hit. I love y'all's optimism, but there's no fucking way this movie is
It was
gonna
something
be
I
good.
saw. I was like,
I don't
man,
know
wait a
what you
minute.
saw. A big red ass Hulk fighting this little black man with a shield.
You know, the crazy thing is Juan Carlo Esposito.
Esposito. Yeah.
What do you think his nationality is?
I don't think he's his. I think
He's
he's
not.
regular. Yeah,
That's
he's
what I was
not.
just- he's
That's
a-
why I was saying I don't think it's Juan Carlo.
He's Italian.
Wow.
He's a
I
black
did not know
Italian.
that.
Yeah.
Well, his
Wow.
mom's African American and his dad's Italian.
I think we looked that up before.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I think we did too. But
Yeah.
I
He was
probably just
born in
forgot.
Denmark.
Jesus,
You wanna
he's all kinds of
Right.
confused
An
and got a
Italian-
Spanish ass name. So it probably is Juan Carlo if it's Italian because they're so close to Spanish.
Yeah.
Either way,
Crazy.
yeah. I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Now I'm actually interested just because y'all are so hyped for it.
It's just the show just pissed me off so much.
Oh my god.
All right, we'll leave it there, man. We'll catch you guys next time. We'll be following this one, and we hope you guys come back. Leave your comments in the Reddit section, especially all our comment folks. And we'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.